Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. My name's Mike Amos. His name is Bill Rice Jr. as we started Thursday, and a big day for Troy basketball, Troy University, as they head to South Alabama to play the Jaguars, and then they're going to come back and play them on a Saturday, which we hope we can. They say they've sold this thing out in Mobile. And I just hope that we'll sell it out right here in Troy, because this is a big basketball game.
It's like a baseball series, back-to-back basketball games. Yeah, real big rival. South Alabama leads the league in basketball. Has a really good team. Troy's got a good team, and all kind of fantastic promotions for Saturday. So I sure hope Troy has a good crowd Saturday.
Brent, if you're around, hey, we would love for you to send somebody in and talk to us firsthand about the big weekend. We'll try to have somebody tomorrow on our show to tell us all about the promotions going on, and it's going to be a wonderful Saturday if you love basketball, I tell you that.
Well, I understand that you went to the Pike Liberal Arts Tuscaloosa Academy basketball game last night.
Oh, it was night before last, and I tell you, Pike Liberal Arts has a great team. They took a team last night in Tuscaloosa Academy, which has dominated high school basketball in the independent schools for years and years. At one time, they won over 50 straight games. You know, they were the mecca of
they've won like 20 state championships.
Yeah, it just won all of them. But let me just say this: last year, Pike Liberal Arts won it
in the finals.
Won it in the finals. This year, hey, unless something drastic happens, and maybe half their starters are out with a virus, I'm not. Hopefully, that's not the case. But Pike Liberal Arts is going to blow them out. They beat Tuscaloosa Academy 73-36. They just totally destroyed them in basketball, and they're proud program coached by Wimp Sanders' son, and he moaned and groaned the whole ball game, and while his team was getting killed. I mean, what I'm saying, they just weren't even close. Pike Liberal Arts, and I want to say they had 5 players, maybe 6 players in double figures.
Well, let's see what the Dustin Eagle tells us. Charles Henderson beat Andalusia 65-33.
And that's another one, a proud program, Andalusia's program. I'm going to have to call my buddy today and give him a hard time, say, what happened to your basketball team, you know?
All right, Pike Liberal 70, Tuscaloosa Academy, the proud dynasty of private school basketball, 38. Beat them by 32 points.
Is it telling you much about it?
Well, you got one paragraph.
It
says Darrell Lee had 22 points. This is for Pike Liberal Arts. Austin Cross, that's Coach Cross's son, the coach of Troy University, he had 15 points. And Drew Nelson and Mario Davenport had 9 points each.
Boy, I tell you, those are some good players. And
Drew Nelson is he's arguably the best high school baseball player in the state, but he's a good basketball player too. Mario Davenport, I think he transferred from Charles Henderson a couple years ago, and is a good football player too. Pike Liberal Arts is now 18-1.
Yeah, they're really good.
So the one loss they had was in that big tournament in Florida where all the public schools and private schools from about 8 states competed, and Pike Liberal Arts lost by a bucket at the last second. That's their only loss in basketball all year.
Well, I tell you, they've got a great team, and it's going to be fun to watch them when the state tournament comes by.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad you went. I need to go. Pike Liberal Arts might not have many basketball teams as good in the future, so you better see them while you can.
You sure will. But I tell you, it's a very good program, and coached by a young man that's been around for a while. And
Pike Liberal Arts next year will be public school in basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
That means Pike Liberal Arts and Charles Henderson could play in basketball.
Oh yeah, exactly. next
Well,
year.
that would
That's
pack.
right.
That would pack in.
It should. It should. It should. No question about it.
That'd be a good game.
We're talking about some other things going on. You know, the portal. We've got some information going on about the portal. I noticed that Derek Mason has joined the Oklahoma State coaching staff, so he's out of there at Auburn completely. And I thought that they might hold it, ask him to stay, but he has been leaving to go to Oklahoma State.
Let me give you some more scores of interest. We haven't talked much about other teams outside of Pike County in basketball. Arrington beat Elba 66-41.
Yeah.
Arrington is 18-4 in basketball.
That is something, yeah.
They had a great football team, so apparently they got a great basketball team as well. GW Long beat Zion Chapel 49-32. Eufaula beat Enterprise. Boy, that was a showdown of power.
Yeah, how did that come out?
Well, let's see. Josh Page scored 16, Justin Davis 15, and Patrick Screws 14 to lead the Class 6A number 8 ranked Tigers to the win. Eufaula is 22-3 in
Boy, they're good, aren't they?
And Enterprise is the number 8 team in 7A. So the smaller 6A school won. Enterprise is 17-6. They were led by a guy named Elijah Terry with 27 points. So it looks like, let's keep up with Eufaula, Enterprise, Arrington, Charles Henderson, Pike Liberal Arts. Now here's Geneva County gets past Dale County. Emmanuel Henderson, he's the star football player that's running back that's going to Alabama. He scored 20 points and pulled down 7 rebounds and had 6 steals.
He pretty good basketball
that might be his fourth. He had 6 steals helping Geneva County to a 59-45 win over Dale County. And Dale County was 17-7 in basketball, and Geneva County is number 2 in the state in 2A. So let's add them to our list of teams to keep up. Geneva County. I remember hearing that Emmanuel Henderson was a real good basketball player too. I guess he is.
And probably a good baseball player too.
Yeah.
I bet he could steal a base on you, don't you think?
He is fast.
Of course, big championship round of the NFL playoffs, and we've got the Chiefs against the underdog Bengals, and the Rams against the underdog 49ers. I don't think this one, in my opinion, I think the Chiefs and the Rams are going to win the league championships.
They meet in the Super Bowl.
And they'll meet for the championship. That's
Where's
my
the Super
opinion.
Bowl this year? You know?
I want to say
in Las Vegas?
no. I believe it's Tampa. I want to say Tampa. We don't know that for sure, but I want to say that. But the over/under for that game, the Chiefs game, the Chiefs are a 7.5 point favorite, and the over/under there is 54. I would think both those teams are going to score a lot of points. And then the Rams are a 3.5 point favorite over the 49ers, and that is a 46 over and
Guten
under.
Morgen.
He's out. Good morning to you, Mike Amos, coming to us from Graydon Beach. Mike, tell us first of all, how do you stand with the virus? Did it still go?
Well, I mean, I told my wife it's really just more like fatigue and not a whole lot of energy. But I mean, if it's as bad as it gets, and I just kind of felt sluggish and didn't have a whole lot of energy. I mean, I was still able to get out and walk yesterday and get out in the yard and play with the girls yesterday afternoon. So I mean, I guess I'm a lot better than a head cold. I'll say that.
Now, if you're around your family, you know they've all three of them have tested positive.
Yeah, I'm fine to be around my girls. I'm just not getting out and being around other people. I'm,
So right now you're still testing positive. Is that right?
Well, I'm not going to go out and spend, $10 a day on a test. But, I mean, I'll test again probably on Saturday or Sunday just to hopefully be negative. But my wife tested positive again yesterday, and she first tested positive on Friday. So hopefully she'll be negative today, we hope. And then the girl's been negative since Monday. So it's just, I hadn't had the sore throat, and I really hadn't had too bad of a, running nose or anything. Really, it's just been, I had like a light headache the first day. And now I'm just kind of fatigued. Just don't have a whole lot of energy. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
Well, we hope everything works out for you. And
that's called mild. That's called mild symptoms.
My father-in-law that writes this yesterday. That was a good interview.
Yeah, sure
I'm so glad y'all talked to my father-in-law, Frank Fryer. We're so happy that they have moved to Troy. Frank grew up in Brundage, but now he's a Trojan. He's a Bulldog that's become a Trojan.
That's right.
And then my mother-in-law, Liz, is an old Jeff Davis High School girl and a University of Alabama graduate. In college, she was her daddy was she was in a military family.
Yeah.
Her father was on a bomber crew in World War II that among their other missions is they flew Admiral Nimitz everywhere he went.
Oh, boy. He was the man, Nimitz was, back in the war.
So,
was he Air Force or Navy?
And we need to talk about Liz's, my mother-in-law's book. She has written a book about her beloved dogs that is selling really well on Amazon.
How did that happen? How was she able to get on Amazon and actually could actually make money on the sale of it?
A lot of people need to look. I wish you brought your copy in.
I know it. I've got it in the car. We could go get it and a break.
Show everybody, because a lot of people. She is making money on the book and did not have to spend one dime to publish the book.
Golly.
What she did is she's on there's all these groups that share interest, and her interest is she's always had dogs, and this dog is about a pug. Yeah, Spencer split his time between our house and Grandmama's house, and on this pug site, she has got friends all over the world that also love their pugs and other dogs. And they share stories about their dogs, and funny stories, sad stories. Well, Spencer died, and then Spencer's wife died, and Liz was so touched and sad that she wanted to tell the life story of the dogs. And so she wrote a book and did that. And she largely promoted it among her Pug Chat friends.
Yeah.
And she sent the manuscript to Amazon, and then they took it and went with it. She sent them some pictures, emailed them some pictures, and they made a book. I mean, she did the writing, but she didn't have to do any layout or pay them any money. And Amazon gets all the money up to a certain point, but once Amazon has made their money back that they put into it, then they start sending Liz, the author, royalty checks. And she's getting royalty checks now. Because all her friends on her Pug Chat have bought it, and then local people are buying it, and it's a real tearjerker at that point.
Is she starting to get a check?
Yes, she got her first check.
Oh, boy.
But she's a published author. It's a real touching, sweet story about pets and really about life. So I strongly recommend it, especially for animal lovers.
I've got that book in my truck, and we'll try to, during one of our breaks, we'll bring it in.
But it's dog lovers or people that know Liz and my family might enjoy it. But also, if you're thinking about writing a book, it's probably more feasible than we think. And then if you can just get a lot of people in your social media network and friends to buy the book, you can make some money on it.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing what you can do. And, like if you had a collection, I remember.
You could write a book.
Yeah, but I remember.
Everybody would buy your book.
Oh boy, I wonder why they.
Let me write your book.
No, if you wrote a true story, it probably wouldn't be.
Well, there'd be things we couldn't put in there, I'm sure.
But I told somebody the other day if somebody ever wrote a book on me, I would say it would be the main topic would be he loved his life.
Yeah.
You know, and
you got to do the life and times of Will Matthews, the story of a Alabama golfer.
Yeah,
Will definitely
story.
needs to. I think he's talking about it, isn't he? I mean, he definitely needs to do a book. Mike needs to do a book.
I tell you a guy that you could never one up in life is Will Matthews.
Yeah, that's right.
You know who could have done? Somebody could do a book about somebody like Robert Dunn was one of the great characters. You still hear Robert Dunn stories. I did a big, long story on him in the Troy Citizen when I had a newspaper. Not a little short story. It was probably 5,000 words.
God.
And I thought when I was doing the story and hearing all these great Robert Dunn stories, I said, man, you could do a book on Robert Dunn.
Yeah. Me, Robert Dunn, flying into the Atlanta airport. I can remember that. You know, several.
Looks like the Big Ten Conference is going to change their alignment as far as their East and West divisions, and they're going to just play as one conference. So you'll be able to play
out of conference
9 to 10 conference games. This is going to help as far as college football playoff scenarios, because certain divisions are better than others. So interesting news how the Big Ten, if they decide to do that. I don't think the SEC could ever do that now with 16 teams.
I tell you what.
Well, I do think that more conference games are coming. The TV networks want that. And the ripple effect of that will be, say the SEC starts playing 9 conference games. What are they playing, 8 now? That's going to be more losses. That's going to be, 8 teams are going to have losses, extra losses, because they're playing each other. Well, you're going to have a lot of teams with 8-4, 9-3 records that are really, really pretty good teams, and they're not going to be happy being left out of the 14 playoff. So the solution to that is expand the playoffs. Make it 16, and then you get a 9-3 team and that lost 3 games in the SEC, and they're still in the playoffs.
Yeah. Boy, it's
can you imagine the average ticket for an Alabama game if they go to 9 or 10 SEC games? I mean, my God, it'll be $200 a ticket for an SEC game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mike, I want to mention, of course, we love to jump back and forth, but something else that I was sort of caught me by surprise. The Pga Tour actually started one of their main starts of the year, January 24th starts through January 24th, and I was looking at how much money some of these people have already won. Now, this is mind-boggling if that's true. Mike, you check it yourself. Matsuma has already won $3.5 million on the golf course already
this season.
Well, he won a tournament himself. He won a tournament. He won about $1.8 million.
Now another thing about him was this started in December, I think. Didn't the league start? The golf tournament start?
They have a fall calendar, so it starts even back like in shoot.
All right, now I want you to hear something.
October is when the new season starts, I think.
Now I want you to hear. All right, now Taylor Gooch. You ever heard of him? He's won $2.75 million already. Taylor Gooch.
Yeah, he's a younger player.
M. Sungley, one of these Chinese golfers, won $2 million. Sam Burns has already won $2 million. Cameron Smith has already won $2 million. Victor Hovland has won $1.5 million. Hudson Swafford, who I've never heard of, $1.5 million.
Hudson Swafford won this past weekend. He played at Georgia. Cameron Smith's from Australia. Sam Burns is from LSU.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they've already started. The lowest person. They just have totals for the top 100, and this guy John Hung had already won $272,000 already on the tour, and he's the last. He's the number one, the last guy on the list.
Well, they have, you know who they have to thank for that? They have Arnold Palmer first, then they have Tiger Woods. All these huge
but most of the real good golfers haven't even started yet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Torrey Pines is what's going on right now. So they're playing both courses, the South course and the North course.
And you watch that on TV today, can't you?
The weirdest thing about it is that they moved it up a day early. So it started yesterday on a Wednesday when it usually starts on a Thursday.
You know, I'm thinking a lot of it has to do with the NFL's playoffs, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, they'll be live on CBS television on Friday, which you don't ever see much, and then they'll finish it up on Saturday.
You know,
Justin Thomas played a pretty good round yesterday, but Billy Horschel stole the show. He's 9 under, went 63 yesterday.
I tell you,
the PGA did a good job of maneuvering their schedule, and so they've got big events every month, starting with March, which is the Players Championship, which some people consider the 5th major. Then you go to the Masters in April. May would be what, Michael? What's the
They moved up the Players Championship. It's early now.
That's what I'm saying. March, you got a big tournament every month. That's the key. So you got the Players, then the Masters. I think does the British Open, or they moved the PGA out of August when it was so hot.
Is that why they did it?
And then when you finish all the big majors, then you have these this tournament they have that results in the big tournament in Atlanta.
FedEx Cup.
Yeah, so they keep your interest all year, and it's kind of worked.
But what I was trying to really explain to you is that they've already started the tour. And most of the players that have already won all the money, I've never even heard of.
Yeah.
And now,
I mean, the fall schedule. A lot of the big names don't play in the fall schedule, so the big names really started in January out in Hawaii.
You know, Ricky Fowler doesn't ever win any tournaments, but he's already won $625,000 already on the tour, and they just started.
Well, he went 600 yesterday, so he's playing pretty good.
Yeah, I like him, and
you know, his game. He lost his game, so to speak, for about a year. Because from what I understood, is he completely reworked his swing, but it seems to be paying dividends now. He's back playing well.
You know, of course, he sold a lot of merchandise, and I've never liked any of his merchandise. Did you, Mike? Would you wear one of those hats?
I like some of the. I mean, he does. I mean, he represents Puma. I mean, I like some of that stuff. I mean, there's a store down here in Sandestin. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Some of the stuff's not bad. I like the logo.
Yeah. But it's just exciting. But it's sort of exciting to say that the golf tour has just started, and these guys have already won so much money already. They could quit and have a good living.
Well, you know what I always say when you talk about this, though. First of all, Uncle Sam gets 40% off the top. They don't get, when they win $1.8 million, they don't get a check for they withhold 40%. Then that's why they all live in the state of Florida, because there's no state income tax.
That's right.
If they lived in New York or California, if they lived in California, I think the state of California would get 12%. So there you've cut half of their money. The caddy gets about 10%. Travel eats them up. So
they got to win the money.
All the big name guys get endorsements and stuff like that. Though, I mean, there's so much money off the course these guys make.
But you know, now I'm not against the foreign golfer, but I'm so American that hey, leave your money in the States.
I don't know. I'm a big McElroy fan. McElroy seems like a class act. I like him a lot.
But you know, a lot of these guys, you can't even read their names because you can't pronounce it.
Michael is a funny. You like my grandmother, Michael. I mean, you are the biggest golf fan, and you don't even really play golf, do you? It's just.
You talking about me?
I used to play at Troy Country Club a lot when I was a kid, but I do love the game. I'll have to say I would probably like to go to a golf tournament more almost than.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, football would always be first, but maybe a golf tournament might be second.
Yeah.
Well, you need to go to the Masters at least, even if it's just a practice round.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna work on that pretty hard in the next few years. I'd like to try to go. I've been to Augusta a couple times.
Yeah.
I've never been actually.
They might let you in if they notice that you were pushing your daddy around in a wheelchair. You know.
I'm gonna be pushing you around Disney World in a wheelchair, man. We're gonna have to go to Disney World too.
I know we need to do that. If Bill Rice Jr. can go to Disney World, anybody can.
Well, I'm having to rob a bank to do it, but I promised the kids their whole life that we were going to go, so I gotta.
Well, you know, we get a discount living in Florida. We have no choice but to go.
Really, is it a good discount?
Yeah, you get like 50% off tickets for being a Florida resident.
Well, I can probably.
How much is the ticket a day? It's about $120, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot. I talked to a buddy of mine. I got a buddy that flies down there with his family every month, and I mean they probably go 12, maybe 14 times a year. I guess I'll talk to him about it. He knows all the places to stay.
Do they always stay inside the complex?
Yeah, they stay inside the kingdom.
Yeah, but I tell you, well, he could tell you
Well,
a lot about it.
I need to talk to him, or I need to let my wife. I'm letting my wife handle all the details. I'm just saying, when do we leave? We're driving down there, so it's gonna be one of those deals where you wake up at 3 in the morning and leave at about 4:30. How long does it take to drive to Orlando?
About 5
7
hours.
hours from Drayton, where I live. I don't know, probably close to the same from Troy, going where you're going from.
Yeah.
I bet it's about 10 hours.
No, it's
To
not
Orlando?
that far. No, you can drive it in probably 6 hours.
Tallahassee would be about 2.5, and then to Orlando would probably be another 5.
Yeah, that's right.
You can make it from Troy to Tallahassee in 2.5 hours.
It wouldn't be another 5.
7.5, I would think.
All right, well that's good. But maybe I don't have to get up at 3 in the morning.
Mike, you over the years, you and I have driven all the way back from a game at University of Central Florida before. You know.
Yeah, I mean we've I know I drove back from a game from Gainesville one night.
Yeah.
But Troy was down about 50 at the half.
But of course, it's exciting times, and of course with the Mike, with the NFL.
I hope COVID has let up some, so we don't have all these crazy COVID restrictions when we're down there too.
No question about this is that the reason that they're playing golf is started on a Wednesday is to allow the pros to have their games without any other games
the playoff games are on Sunday. Interesting coaching hire here, Rice. Sam Shade has left Pinson Valley and is now the head coach of Miles College. So Sam Shade, the former Alabama great football player that played for Gene Collins, won a national championship. Then he played about 10 years in the NFL. He's now the head coach at Miles. And I don't know if we ever mentioned this, Dad. The reason he's head coach at Miles, their coach, Reginald Ruffin, is now the head coach at Tuskegee because they fired Willie Slater.
No way.
What?
That stuns me.
I completely missed that too, and I'm stunned as well.
Mike, look up his record.
It's insane, his record. But he actually they actually fired Willie Slater.
Man, I'm sure.
The Miles coach.
Yeah.
Why did they fire him? Did he have a bad year or two?
I don't know. I don't know if it was an issue with the president and the athletic director or something.
Yeah,
something
that
happened.
must be.
It was a bad departure.
The reason we're so excited about this, Willie Slater is one of the class acts in college football. He is a class gentleman. He's a class individual. He's a tremendous competitor. Let me say you a couple of things about him. He came out of Bruton, Alabama, originally Bruton, the Atmore area, and he came to Troy with Chan Gailey as a young assistant coach, And I said, Chan, we were sitting there at a meeting, and I asked Chan, I said, you hired this young man that nobody knows anything about, and you're going to let this guy run your offense? He said, yeah. Well, he didn't actually run his offense, but he was a quarterback coach of Mike Turk and a few others, and he was a part of teams that won 2 national championships at Troy, 3 national championships at the University of North Alabama, Bobby Wallace.
Wow.
He played on a national championship team at Livingston.
Wow.
Great wishbone quarterback, one of the all-time best. And then he's got won several
historically black college.
Yeah, that's right. Several.
Here's his resume. He was actually AD as well, athletic director. So maybe it was an issue with the president. His overall record is 123 and 47.
123 and 47. Dude, you compare that with most anybody out there.
There's a story there that is. I just completely missed that.
Yeah. Born in Coffeyville, Alabama.
That's right.
Quarterback at Livingston, 74 to 1977. Coached at Livingston in 78. Coached at Just Lanier High School from 79 to 80. Coached at T.R. Miller High School from 81 to 82. Yeah. Troy State's offensive coordinator, running back coach, quarterback coach from 1983 to 1990. So he was at Troy a long time.
Yeah, that's right. Sure was.
Livingston offensive coordinator in 91. North Alabama offensive coordinator from 92 to 1999. Jacksonville State offensive coordinator from 2000 to 2003. Temple offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach from 2004 to 2005, and was the former head coach at Tuskegee from 2006 to 2021.
Whoa! And had that great.
So he has coached and/or played at Livingston, Troy, North Alabama, Jack State. That's the whole GSC.
I guarantee
right
you, this is 10 fingers. I guarantee
and Tuskegee.
you. I guarantee you, he's got a ring for each finger. A championship ring.
Well, he'll land on. He'll have a lot of people. He'll have all kind of opportunities, but
you know what? He's a great Christian man too. He's just a excellent role model for kids growing up today and going.
I remember him. I'm sure you knew him well.
I sure did. I tell you something else he could do. He could hit a golf ball. Man, he was an excellent golfer. And he and Chan Gailey was also an excellent golfer, and you knew this when the spring came and they were going to hit that golf course.
He's probably done coaching them. He's 67.
That's right. And a super individual, and I tell you, I don't know. We don't know the circumstances around this, but I'll tell you this.
Well, you do a talk show every day of your life. Why don't we get him on the show one day?
Well, I sure will. And another thing is, what's the old saying? He did it the right way. Yeah, he did everything he did the right way.
I've always just heard nothing but great things about him.
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, he actually took Tuskegee to Division II playoffs in 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. For years they didn't even try to go to the playoffs at Tuskegee. They played the
that's
right. Day Classic against Alabama State, and then he decided he's like, we're a great program. We need to start going to the NCAA Division II playoffs just like everybody else.
That's right.
He won 5 black college national championships, 2007.
See, that's 5 more national championship rings.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
2007, 2008, 2009, he won, and then 2015 and 2016.
I'll put his resume up against most anybody out there. And
he'll be in the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame.
And his motto was do everything the right way, and he ran his program that way, and his kids were always pretty much on base with what he was trying to do. But it's like I said,
from Coffeyville, Alabama.
I'll tell you exactly. Well, they don't have a high school in Coffeyville anymore, but I'll tell you this. When he was a senior in high school, he was a quarterback for little bitty Coffeyville High School, and they were playing in the state championship against you know who, Mike?
I don't know.
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater. It's Sweetwater and Coffeyville in the same county, located no further than 5, maybe 10 miles at the most away from each other. They played for the Class 1A state championship, and I think Sweetwater beat them, but it was just a great classic. They said it went down to the last deal, and I tell you, he then later on went to Livingston, and they ran that wishbone. Jack Crow was the coach, former Auburn
Jay
coach.
Jeffcoat might have been there then.
Yeah, he was, and they were very close friends. Jay Jeffcoat and Willie Tullis were great
Willie
friends.
Slater.
That's later.
Another great quarterback, Willie Tullis.
Yeah.
From Headland.
But yeah, that's right. And here comes somebody calling in right now.
Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Hey, good morning, Will Matthews.
Will Matthews, won't you please come home?
Your ears burning?
Will Matthews' new name is Patch. He's lost his eye, it looks like.
Uh-oh, what happened? Mike, that's not it.
I had some pretty serious eye surgery Monday. I'm off the shelf for about 2 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Did it go okay?
I'm down at the beach.
Yeah,
I'm down at the beach in the yellow house.
in the yellow house. Well, I'm probably going to be down there. I'm going to probably come by and get you. We're going to go get some breakfast.
About the surgery, they say the surgery went like they hoped it would?
Yeah, it's just going to take a couple of weeks to get back where I can see.
Oh, bless your heart.
Well, I tell you, that's touch and go type surgery. I know that.
We were just talking, Will, about my mother-in-law who's written a book about some beloved dogs. And I said, it's kind of easier than you think to write a book and make some money on it. And then we started talking about, well, somebody needs to write a book about Mike Amos. And then we all said, Will needs to write a book.
About Will Matthews.
Well, he could write it about all the masters he's been to, or his whole life would be you could make a movie out of it.
I actually started writing a book during COVID 2 years ago, and I got this guy in Atlanta write sports book. He called me, and but I quit after about a week.
Yeah.
Super trouble.
Yeah. Of course, we were talking about the golf schedule is already one guy's already won $3 million and they hadn't even already started yet.
Yeah, it's still January 27th.
And we were looking at.
I wonder when Nicholas and Watson were at their peak, and Jerry Pate was playing, and Hubert Green, what the money winner for the year would win in total money. It was probably like $300,000 or something. Yeah. And now they.
Well, when I came out of Vanderbilt, I had some people want to put me on the 60th money. Made $60,000 a year.
Okay.
The 60th money.
For the year.
Look at the 60th month or one last year. Look that up.
Yeah.
Well, the hundredth, we just looked at they got the top 100 in the newspaper, and
stopped at 272,000.
He has already won 272,000 in just a couple of weeks of the season. So yeah.
I mean, well, your cousin on the senior tour, Doug Barron, probably made about $1.5 million on the senior tour last year.
Oh yeah.
Now Sergio Garcia is the 97th paid player, $289,000. Sergio,
For just a couple of months. I'm talking about go back and look for last year, for 2020 for the year, and see what the 60th money was paid.
Would have been probably about 3 or 4 million.
It'd be in the millions.
Of course, golf's going full swing. Let me tell you.
Well, what's Tiger Woods? I made the point, and you're my golf authority. I said all these players, they got two people to thank for this: Arnold Palmer, and then Tiger Woods. That just made the purses go way up.
Yeah, Now, will Tiger try to make it on this tour or wait till next year?
I think he'll play in spots.
You
I think he'll play in the Masters.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
You know, Tiger, if you hear him in interviews, he wants his son to watch him play.
Yeah, I'll guarantee you he'll play through this summer.
Yeah,
He'll be there.
he can be competitive at the Masters. He'll always be
All right,
competitive.
Will, there's so many people.
What's the better job here? I just read yesterday, Derek Mason, left Auburn this week, and everybody kind of thought he had a job already waiting for him because he just resigned. So he'll have to take the Oklahoma State defense coordinator job. Wouldn't the Auburn defense coordinator job be a better job than Oklahoma State?
I don't know. It's just coordinator. Now, the man is died. He died, didn't he?
Yeah, T-Boone Pickens died. He made
T-Bone.
Mason made $1.5 million as Auburn's defense coordinator, though.
Oh boy. Well, let's just say this: they need some help.
Oklahoma State had a great defense last year, but their defense coordinator left and went to Ohio State.
Well, I tell you what, in the bowl game, it was the worst defense I've ever seen. Both of them, Ohio State and Oklahoma State.
The Ohio State and Utah played in the Rose Bowl.
Oh,
that was one of the
okay.
more memorable bowl games, though.
It was Oklahoma, wasn't it?
Oklahoma State came back from about 21 down and beat Notre Dame.
Oh, that's right. It beat Notre Dame, and it looked like taking candy from a baby. It was unbelievable. Mike, Will, we've got the big NFL championships coming up this weekend, and the Chiefs are 7.5 points favorite, 54.5 over or under.
I love the over. I think they'll score 1 million points.
I want to say that too.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I like Kansas City to beat. Hey,
I like them too. I tell you what, they have a great quarterback. There's no question about
I
it.
like Cincinnati to maybe not win, but to cover the spread.
Now,
I'll tell you what, Cincinnati's offensive line, though, right? I mean,
Okay. 9 sacks. Yeah.
I mean, how in the world can that offensive line hold up?
Well, that's a good point too. All right, I retract that statement.
All right. So Will likes the game over.
I like Kansas City too. I like them.
7.5. You could buy a half if you wanted to.
Will, did you pick all the upsets over the weekend? Everybody won on the road except Kansas City was the only home team to win.
Yep. The only game I missed was Tampa and the Rams. I thought Tampa would beat the Rams.
Oh, they almost did.
And when he made the comeback, I said, "Oh boy."
Yeah.
I thought they'd done it, but no.
All right. The Rams are 3.5 point favorite and 46.5 points over under. I tell you, the Rams have a pretty good defense.
I think that game will go under, and I think San Francisco will win the game.
Do you really?
Yeah.
God, they sure didn't look good in that game, but they were so fortunate to have won that game.
Beating the Rams 6 straight times.
Oh, have they?
Oh, wow.
Boy, that is,
Yeah, he's got McVay's number. Shanahan's a great coach.
but
They got their number, and they play good defense. They run the ball. They're not flashy. Their quarterback, for the most part, doesn't screw up too much. He's not that great, but he doesn't screw up too much.
Perfect weather conditions in the dome too.
that means a lot. It ought to have been against the law to play any game at Green Bay. It was 0 degrees wind chill.
Yeah.
And 11 degrees
or Buffalo, for that
actual
I
temperature.
was wondering, I was telling my wife, she's like, well, how's the snow going to come off the field? And I was like, surely they've got heaters underneath that grass to get the snow off. But it didn't look like that snow was melting.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Got a watering system under the field that pours hot water under the field and that warms up the
Is that
Mike Amos
what
is
they
the only
do?
guy on the show that I know for sure has been to a Green Bay game.
I've been there before. Sure have. Me
You
and
have been
Johnny
in
Williams
Lambeau
and his boy. We went up there and really had a good time. Then later on, we went up into northern Michigan, where I looked over my shoulder. I said, "What are all those boxes doing out there in the it was frozen over, and everybody was fishing."
Ice fishing.
Yeah, and
Wow.
and that's such a big thing up there. And I bet there was hundreds of boxes. I call them boxes. Just
What they do, they sit in
Yeah.
the box and fish,
yeah, that's right. Make a hole.
put a box around them to keep the wind off of them?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's just like having a bunch of outhouses out there. You know?
Yeah, interesting. That's something I've never seen
Yeah,
myself.
that's right. And we went up there. I was
What do you think they catch? What kind of fish do they catch in those?
sturgeon and whatever we call it. Sturgeon is one fish, isn't it?
What's the I bet they're not drinking any cold Budweiser while they're out there fishing, but maybe
I
they
don't
are.
know. You know, now I'm sure they got a fire in that little box there out there. But it was very interesting to see how popular that sport was. You know.
Ice fishing, and they make fires on the ice. That must be some pretty thick ice.
They have a stove type
Oh,
thing.
so okay, that helps.
That's what they
A
do.
little grill.
Whatever it is, they're cold. I'm sure. you
They
know.
didn't build their fire on the
But
ice.
you know, it's amazing how life is. So
The things-
different in so many
yeah,
different places.
It's all the little differences. It's like
know.
Europe.
Yeah,
This is all the little differences.
yeah. And like that's a part of their life to get out there and ice fish.
In England, they drive on the other side of the road,
Yeah.
don't they? And the steering wheel's on the other side in the cars.
And then they say if you're gonna fish, you're gonna fly fish, you've got to go to Montana. Is that true? Montana, Wyoming.
Idaho, all those places.
But you won't ever hear somebody say Mississippi or Alabama or anything like that. Why is that? Why is that?
I think you can go fly fishing in the Carolinas a few places.
You know I reckon it's the way the rainbow trout and those type things.
Yeah, there's some state that's associated with quail hunting
and salmon. Yeah,
pheasant.
quail hunting would be. And listen to this.
Some people.
I was in
Arkansas is duck hunting, right? Ducks.
I'm gonna bring something close to home right here. I can't remember his first name, but in Walmart yesterday, I met a man. His last name was Jones. He lives in Luverne. He he breeds pheasants, and he breeds quail.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the largest breeders of quail and pheasants in the world.
Dang.
He raises them. He got the idea when he was had some chicken houses.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I can do this. I can raise pheasant and I can raise quail just as easy. Well, that's what he does. He raises pheasant and he raises quail in Luverne, Alabama.
How do you keep them from flying away?
Well, it's that you're indoors. See, the chicken houses, they're
Okay.
indoors, all right? And I'm sure that they probably do fly around indoors too, but let's say this. He sends, let's just say you're one of these big outdoorsmen that has a hunting camp in Georgia,
or pheasant.
like old Pat Dye used to have. And he's got a bunch of hunters from Atlanta coming down. He got all kinds of money to come down, and he'll tell that guy will say, well, I need to get some quail, and I want to get 1,000 quail. And what he's going to do, he's going to put those quail out, let those quail out on their reservation. And these rich guys from Atlanta and all that pay big money. You know, they've got places for them to stay and everything.
Wow.
And they go out and hunt quail. You know, they let these quails out of them. Some of them are won't even leave where they throw them out, but they got those quail thrown out everywhere. They do the same thing with pheasant. You know, and pheasants are a much bigger bird than a quail, but it is a very sporty thing. And they up in the northern states and.
Well, how did you bump into this guy?
Let me tell you this: he had a net, what looked like a fishing net, and it was a most fancy or fishing net I've ever seen.
And you asked him?
And I said, "What is that?" You know, he's just walking down the aisle, and I was too. You know, I'm not afraid to ask something.
No, you're not.
You know, but if you don't ask something, you will not know.
Well,
I
that's
promise.
right. We would not have the story.
Well, but I'll tell you this. He told me that listen to this. He gives out. He turns out about 800,000 pheasants a year.
That is a heck of a story.
800,000 pheasants, and he sends them
And
to
he's
hunting.
from Crenshaw County.
Yeah, hunting. You know, these big time. You know, like Max Howell's a good indication.
Yeah.
His buddies, they have camps, and they have these.
My friend Steve Barris used to be some kind of consultant of one of these big hunting lodges, plantations.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
And it just people would spend tons of money to come and have this 5-star hunting experience.
But this guy is located right here in Luverne, and his name Larry Jones. I only say his name was Larry, but a nice guy. And we talked quite a bit about his operation. And like you said, all these hunting camps, these fancy hunting camps in the Carolinas, in the Montanas, in the Arkansas.
He has got a niche
whatever.
business.
See, he could he provides the game.
He could tell us what happened to quail hunting in Alabama. When I was a kid, my dad used to go quail hunting all the time.
We talked
we
about
don't
that.
hear anybody going quail hunting.
That is exactly why he's in the business. He said, I got into the business because we ran out of quail. He said, there's no quail out there, and if they are, they're spread out.
Yeah.
And see.
Mike, do you know why there are no quail?
What now?
Yeah, tell us.
Fire ants killed them.
Oh, did they? Fire? I wouldn't doubt it.
Dang.
Fire ants would go into the eggs and kill them.
Interesting.
It sure makes sense because you look at
the fire ants are everywhere. They're taking over the world.
Yeah.
Sure won the Enterprise Boll Weevil.
Well,
but let's say this. Let's say Will Matthews.
That makes sense, Will.
Let's say Mike Bearfield wants to do something special for his buddies, and he could say, all right, well, what we're going to do, I'm going to bring in the quail, and I'm going to order 1,000 quail, and we're going to hunt them, and we're going to have different spots that we're going to be able to hunt them at. We're going to let them out and so forth, and then we're going to take those pheasants, and we're going to also do that. This is Mike Bearfield, who's one of the sharpest guys I know in Ozark, and he loves to do things like have golf tournaments and have different promotions of fish fries and whatever. But don't you agree? Mike Bearfield could take that something like this and really do well with it. Wouldn't you think? As far as
I don't know. Anybody likes to hunt quail? I don't know.
Well,
let's take a Milo's tea break.
Yeah, let's do.
Well, it used to be quail hunting used to be extremely popular. I don't know why it couldn't come back.
We'll be right back.
The fire ants got the dang quail.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio, just off the square in Troy.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
The Walmart Distribution Center in Brundage is now hiring. We've extended our $2,000 signing bonus until the end of January 2022. And you can go back to school with our Live Better You program. Apply online today.
Our community is the driving force behind our stores. Our commitment to you has been our #1 priority for over 30 years. Whether it is providing quality, fresh, local, and affordable products or aiding local schools, churches, and charities, Piggly Wiggly is here for you.
2 weeks ago, I hit every.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio just off the square in Troy.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
The Walmart Distribution Center in Brundage is now hiring. We've extended our $2,000 signing bonus until the end of January 2022. And you can go back to school with our Live Better You program. Apply online today.
Maybe would have had 8 seconds.
Yeah, we'll get her maybe some.
At Cost Plus 10%, we offer your favorite brands at the best price. At Piggly Wiggly, we keep it simple. We price our products at cost, then add 10% at checkout. We carry all your favorite name brand foods, and we accept manufacturer coupons. Find us on Facebook and see our weekly specials.
In the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle? We've got what you're looking for.
So come see us at Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC in Troy, and you too can experience the Jackson satisfaction.
Bill Jackson Chevrolet Buick GMC. Shipping Wars is back and bigger than ever.
More work, more money.
These shippers have a long road ahead. Who will come out on top?
If we can get it there on time, we'll make some good money.
Shipping Wars. New episodes Tuesdays at 10. Only on A&E.
Fix it.
I knew what to do.
We're back on the air, and during the commercial break, Mike went out and got a copy of my mother-in-law, Liz Fryer's book. We went to see Frank and Liz at their new house off of Butter and Egg Road, and she did a signed autographed copy to Mike, who she watches every morning. But here it is. It's called Spencer and Lulu, A Love Story. Spencer was our pug that actually Liz and Frank would keep half the time, and then Lulu was Spencer's wife, and then they had puppies that lived with them too. One puppy that lived with them too, and it tells their life story by Liz, and it's told in the voice of Spencer, our late pug. But if you want to get this book, just go to Amazon.com. It sells a lot of books, and I guess just type in Elizabeth Fryer,
A Love Story.
Fryer, Fryer, or Spencer and Lulu, A Love Story, and you'll enjoy it. It's got, look, let me see. Here's some pictures.
What, man, people that have pugs really love pugs.
Yeah, Benny Beard raised them for a long time.
In Birmingham that have pugs, man, they love them.
Benny Beard had some pugs one time, and we really enjoyed them. It really did.
That is that's Spencer right there.
Benny Beard had Shar-Peis, Dad. He had Shar-Peis.
I thought that, we call them pugs, so they had that pug nose.
Yeah, but they were Shar-Peis, those wrinkled dogs.
Oh, okay.
They were interesting.
There's a lawyer in Dothan that lives in Ozark, Ben Irwin. He's got 6 of them.
Yeah, and those pugs, you mean?
Yeah.
They're real sweet dogs.
Ben Irwin, I know a Ben Irwin.
Yeah, you know.
How old is he? That name sounds familiar.
He's probably 50.
Yeah.
Well, I knew a Ben Irwin.
Of course, it's a big weekend.
Big news for Alabama. Had 5 guys on the all rookie team in the NFL. So if you want to know what Nick Saban does as far as recruiting and getting these guys ready for the NFL draft, you had Najee Harris, all rookie, Mac Jones on the rookie team, Patrick Surtain with the Denver Broncos, Miami Dolphins wide receiver Jalen Waddle, and Christian Barmore for the New England Patriots.
Yeah,
all rookie.
Isn't that amazing? Those are all good players too.
And the Heisman Trophy winner didn't make it, but had a really good year. So it could have been 6. So you basically
Smith set the rookie record though in receiving yards for the Eagles.
Yeah. So you really had a college football team that had 6 guys that not only were going to be playing in the NFL next year, but they were all going to be on the all rookie team. 5 of them.
I tell you, that's impressive, no question about it. Of course, we got Will Matthews on the phone calling in from Dothan this morning. Of course, you are at your office in Ozark.
It's calling from Panama City Beach, Dad.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He's now in Panama City Beach. Taking it easy. You need to go up the street and eat some breakfast.
I've already got my donuts.
Oh,
hey, let me ask y'all this question for the board. I posted this before, and people say I'm crazy. I say on a given Saturday, a given day, that a great, all-time great college football team could beat an awful NFL team. I don't say it will happen every time, but it would be possible.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you just think of the players you just named, and think if they're playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars or whoever they are. Don't y'all think you could on a given Sunday, a team with like 15 future first-round draft picks could beat a bad NFL team?
Years ago, they had
Alabama's receivers, and when they had Najee Harris at running back, I think they probably could have.
Years ago, they had the college all-star game, where the all-stars from the colleges played the winners of the Super Bowl.
That's right.
A year back, and I have seen.
I
know a team with Leroy Jordan one time, a college team beat I want to say Cleveland Browns or somebody, like that. But they have played them and beat them. The all-star team has, but I don't know if they could today or not. Of course, we're talking golf. We're talking the NFL's weekend. Got a big weekend. We got Troy and University of South Alabama Saturday. It's a 4:00 game, Mike. It's a 4:00 game here in Troy on Saturday.
You got a game in Mobile tonight.
Yeah, I know it, and that's the game I wanted to go to. I couldn't find a ride, so I'm not going to go.
South Alabama has now won like 6 in a row, so they're red hot in basketball. They've got 8 transfers in to their team this year.
Wouldn't that be a great game to go see? I've heard they sold it out too. The game really means a lot to South Alabama. I know that.
Man, they sold it out. That's a 10,000 seat arena.
Well, it's not 9,000, I think. But that's why they say that they say they sold all their tickets. Let's say that. I don't know if that means that they sold them out or not.
Troy keeps on playing well. The conference championship in the Sun Belt is now in Pensacola.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go see.
Well,
that'd be a fun trip.
That's Troy's chance to make the big dance. You got to win that. You got to get in that tournament, have a good season, and then win the tournament.
Yeah. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, looking for a career in the trucking industry. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines is the place you need to go to find out all about one of the outstanding trucking companies in America. I want to mention our good friends at Region, and also want to mention also our good friends at Troy Bank and Trust Company, the only bank you'll ever need. And of course, again, we want to mention Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram trucks on the bypass. And first, Cahaba Bank, located in Troy, Alabama.
We got your pickup truck. You got your pickup truck from Premier Dodge Chrysler.
Yeah.
And we used it the other day when we took one of our ride-arounds.
Yeah, that's right.
We rode.
If you want a good ride-around, you call me.
Mike is the best. You go somewhere and he says, "Oh, let's go here too." And so it's, but you know who else used to like to do that was my father. He loved riding around.
Bill Rice, yeah.
So Mike and I, we started going through the campus, and then you took me down by the Arboretum and where the nursing school is, and the intramural fields and the fraternities.
Yep.
And you showed me all this land that Troy has that they can still develop. And then we see that they're making a new parking lot. So that's one area that's really not that scenic, but they're working on it.
Well, let me tell you this: there are very few places that has not been rehabbed you know,
You're
to
right.
look good, and they've done a super job.
Well, then we
in
went
Troy.
and looked at the lagoon area, and they're slowly getting that prettier and prettier.
Yeah.
And then we went out Elm Street, and we saw where Coach Summerall's going to live, and there's some really pretty.
He might not want us to advertise where he's going
Well,
to live.
that's a long way. We didn't say where.
You might want to put a moving van in front of his house one day.
Nope,
you don't get there.
But there are a lot of pretty homes
Big
in the
position.
neighborhoods out Elm Street Road.
Oh yeah, beautiful homes.
Then we went to Liz and Frank's house, which is where Kern and Margaret Pace Farmer used to live. It's got they got their own pond in their backyard.
And they're building some new houses over there across from it. You know, beautiful.
They're going to build some more houses on that pond.
And then I showed you where a deep hole was that they're building apartments.
Building some more apartments in some of these rundown areas that have been
and that area is located behind, well, as the bird flies, just right, almost up to where we are right now. Their location is right behind.
Well, then there's a lot of development behind Publix and the Sportsplex.
A lot of development.
Where did the Dunkin' Donuts go in Troy?
Right next to the ice cream place, Mike. They're right there.
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins.
Baskin Robbins and the donut place are together.
Okay.
And they're located right there.
A lot of new apartments in Troy. Troy seems to be growing.
Oh, I tell you, it's got to be. The housing market has got to be growing because they continue to build more and
movie
more.
theater, though, for the first time in how many years, right?
100.
What now?
No movie theater in Troy for the first time in 100 years.
I tell you, I sure hope somebody else, you know.
For 100 years, going back to 1921, approximately, Troy had a movie theater. The first movie theater that I know of was the Cinco Drugs building was a movie theater.
Was it?
Yes, it's hard to believe, but yeah, it was. Silent movies is what they. Herman Mall.
There hasn't been a movie theater in Ozark in 20 years, probably.
Yeah.
Oh man, see that's not right. Where do y'all go? You got to go to Dothan.
Yeah.
Well, that costs money to buy the gas. It's dangerous to get on the highway.
And then with the COVID, many people want to go to the movie theater anymore, don't you?
Yeah, that has a lot to do with it.
At the beach, is it still open at the beach at Pier Park, Mike?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Movie theater is still open.
The one, there's like a summit area down in before you get to Sandestin called Grand Boulevard, and they have a really nice movie theater too.
Yeah.
Where they actually have food, and you can actually have a cold beverage as well.
Yeah.
I went to the new movie theater in Enterprise to see West Side Story.
Yeah.
And it was nice. You know, you've got these Easy Boy recliner chairs that you can sit in, and
so Enterprise had a movie theater.
Yes, right near.
I know.
Andy Fox Furniture Store, right down from it.
I know Greenville had a big twin, well, not twin, but multi movie theater.
It was expensive, man, but
I
mean, I will say that the amenities were nicer than any movie theater I've ever seen.
But Troy does not have one, and a college town ought to have a movie theater. Hey, where can I take my date?
You got to have a place to take a date.
I can't. Yeah, you got to have a place to take a date.
You know, even husbands and wives have a date night once or twice a year. But now you got to go to Montgomery, Dothan, or Enterprise. And the gas is $3.10 a gallon.
Yeah.
And you got to buy a baby. You got to pay for a babysitter, and it's just. And if you're going to eat out before you go to the movie,
you're right.
$25
a piece to go to the movies.
Well, if you're going to go out, you might as well do the show and the dinner. But you're going to eat out in the town where the movie theater is.
People
so you're going to
buy
give
a steak and stay home.
You're going to give Ruby Tuesday business and enterprise instead of Troy.
Will Matthews from the Matthews Law Firm in downtown Ozark, been around a long time. And do you think about your daddy every day you walk in there?
Oh, all the time. We got his pictures all over my office.
And he was quite a guy. And of course, now you know he was a pretty good amateur golfer, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He was very good.
Yeah, he taught you everything you knew about golf.
No, he didn't. But Fred Suttle and Dothan did. Fred's still alive. He's up.
Is he really? Gosh, he's got to be
in his 80s. He's in his mid-80s.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing in the grip?
It has a lot to do with
your
it.
fundamentals, your grip, your ball position, and if you can putt and chip, you can be a good golfer.
I don't play near as much as I did, and when I was playing good, I felt like I was making good contact. But my problem is I feel like I'm turning the club when I
my grip. I think my
grip
grip has been wrong my whole golfing career, and that's why I never got good at it.
I've always said head down and left hand, everything with the left hand. Is that right, Will? Or do you play with both hands?
Well, you hold on to the club with your bottom 3 fingers of your left hand.
Yep. Bottom 3 fingers.
The rest, and then your right hand just kind of fits on the club.
But
you're swinging the club with your left hand.
But you hit left hand through. Is that right?
Yeah.
My grip used to be
all they talk about now is swing speed. You know how these guys are trying to get their swing speed over like 120 miles an hour and stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. Like the guy, Brandel Chamblee, was talking about how Dustin Johnson's game's not as great as it used to be because he's only swinging at 119 miles an hour instead of 125 miles an hour.
Let me tell you this. I got a friend of mine, Andrew Williams, that swings it harder than all of them.
Yeah. Griff McCrary, he's swinging that hard.
He's committed in the long drive.
Yeah, he's a long driver, but he's got a...
I guess if he hits it that far, he has got great... The distance comes from the club.
He hits at 400 yards.
Now, Will, if you stepped up there and swing as hard as you could swing, how far would it go? 300?
No. 220.
What?
225.
Really? You hit the ball. That's how you hit the ball further than that, don't you? 250, don't you?
I don't hit it anywhere.
Well, you used to.
I used to, but I don't now. I'm 65 years old now.
Brian Kelly, LSU's coach, I was reading, he's got 8 starters to transfer into LSU. 2 starting defensive backs from Arkansas, starting defensive backs from Louisiana Lafayette, starting wide receiver at Louisiana Lafayette, starting offensive line from East Tennessee State, starting linebacker from Virginia, the starting punter at Notre Dame, a long snapper from East Carolina, and now he's got another quarterback that's come in from Oklahoma State. So.
Yeah, who's that quarterback?
Y'all laughed at me when I said Brian Kelly is going to be a hit. He's going to be a hit, and he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Might be.
And he's
the transfer portal is just the craziest thing ever.
Yeah.
Think about the dummies that have been coaches at LSU. They've won national championships. Les Miles.
Yeah.
Coach O.
Yeah.
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 Really?
If you got a good, so what you're saying is if you got a proven, competent coach.
And and before him, Saban, that's LSU had 3 national championship winners there.
I know, but it's the talent level. That's what it is. They get the talent.
Yeah.
All they need.
Well, Alabama's gotten a lot of great players out of Louisiana since Saban's been in Alabama too. So I mean, just think of the guys that came to Alabama that didn't go to LSU.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No question about it.
How does Alabama doing in the portal, Mike?
I mean, right now they've kind of just they've gotten Burton, the big transfer out of Georgia. He was their top receiver last year.
They got
the Georgia State running back, Georgia State running back, and then they got the top defensive back in the country in the portal, Eli Ricks.
Was this running back from Georgia Tech? Was he any good? I know they ran a wishbone or an option.
He rushed for about 800. No, Georgia Tech moved to the spread when they hired Jeff Collins.
Oh, did they?
So they're a spread team. But Cameron Wheaton, big news on Tuscaloosa, right? So we kept on wondering. Alabama had his 5-star running back and just never saw the field. Everybody said he had a knee injury and couldn't play last year. He's left the University of Alabama, so he's no longer there.
Oh, God.
See, a complete wasted scholarship. He was a complete bust. Yeah, something was going on there.
Yeah, so everybody kept on wondering, Trey Sanders was the backup running back, and everybody kept on saying, is Wheaton going to play? Is he going to be involved in the playoffs? And he had already left the school.
Well, you know, they say they do all these background checks on the character of these kids, but I don't know if they do all the time.
The Matthews Law Firm is shown on this screen here, 774-8804, and you get my good friend Will Matthews.
Or my daughter.
8804.
Your daughter.
That's right. You're right. Your daughter. You're right.
Your daughter's about to have her first child, isn't that right, Will?
March 1st.
Boy, you're going to have babies all over you now. Let me tell you this. You've got 4 already. Is that right?
I've got 3 and 1 coming in 2 weeks.
Boy, I tell you.
Oh, so your son's about to have his 4th?
No.
Yes.
Oh, really? His 4th?
3. Yep, his oldest is 3.
All right, his oldest is 3. Will, that is unreal.
I mean, is 4 enough, or do you want to keep going?
Down 6 or 7.
Oh my God!
Boy, oh boy! I know you really enjoy them already.
My friend Scott Rainey has about 7 children, I think.
Oh gosh!
They're all grown finally.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it.
Of course, Mike.
I tell you what, man. When they go to preschool, I can't imagine how much they're going to be paying. Whoa, man, that's going to be a lot of money.
Hey, everybody can't wait till they get to public school.
Oh yeah, my wife and I went out and celebrated. For one of them.
Scott's family, his wife was a West Point cadet like Scott, but she homeschooled most of those kids, so they didn't have to worry about those two.
Let me see that other paper right
there.
Yeah,
we have a family up the street from us that moved in from Thomasville, Georgia, and she homeschooled their kids, and I think part of the homeschooling is going to the beach every day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's right.
That's a great place to homeschool.
I want to mention this now, looking at high school basketball, and like you mentioned just a while ago, Eufaula is ranked 6th in the state, 22-3. And of course, the top team is McGill-Tulane in 6A, 23-3. Also, in Class 7A, the Enterprise Wildcats is 17-6,
yep.
And the top team in the state is Baker of Mobile, 24-3, and Vestavia, 22-2. Where is Mountain Brook, Mike? I don't see them anywhere.
Well, you know, Mountain Brook's 6A now.
Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, that's right. And Mountain Brook is...
I think Charles Henderson played Vestavia.
Mountain Brook is, I think, number 1 or number 2 in 6A.
Really? I'm looking. Yeah, they're 5. They're 5. They're 22-3.
Mountain Brook.
They're going to play Eufaula probably for the state championship. Eufaula's got a great team.
Now hear this. The Charles Henderson High School Trojans of Troy, 18-5, and they're ranked number 2 in the state. 2.
Wow.
In 5A.
Well, we buried the lead. That's big news.
What now, Will?
What is Carroll of Ozark?
Carroll of Ozark is 19-6 and ranked 9th in the state.
Oh,
and I think 2 of their losses came to Charles Henderson. I want to say, but these are Carroll High, Ozark, and but listen to this. And Charles Henderson ranked number 2, but Pike Road 16-5. So what they do, they call up and say, "Send me some basketball players." Yeah, go ahead and send me.
Well, their football team was awesome. Their baseball team finished 2nd in the state with Ponder, and then their basketball team's good too. So and then they're going to stay good too because boy, you talk about development. You just ride through Pike Road. This is just homeschooling up everywhere.
In Class 3A, Bobcats are 16-6, ranked 8th. Catholic of Montgomery ranked 9th. And Hillcrest of Evergreen ranked 3rd, 13-5. And I was looking for some more of our local schools. I just got to say this: Red Levels ranked 5th in Class 1A. They're 19-6. Georgiana's ranked 3rd, ranked 70. That's with a 16-6 record, and that will give you Arrington, the Purple Cats, are ranked 9th in 2A with a 18-4 record.
What about Brantley?
Brantley, where is Brantley? All right, Highland Home is ranked 4th in Class 2A, and I'm trying to find Brantley. Oh, here we go. They're ranked 7th and they're 16-5. So
well, there's all kind of great
so
basketball
Tucker
teams.
Gilcrease and the Brantley Bulldogs are still in.
I wonder if those two great running backs from Brantley play basketball.
That's right. That's right.
Probably do.
What was that tandem running back? Those two tandem running backs. I can't remember. But they were.
Brown and
that's right.
Brown and Shine.
Well,
that's right. That's right. They were Brown and running backs
Brown
were
and Shine.
Brown and Shine.
I like that. We had these great football programs in the Wiregrass in our viewing area, but we got just as many good basketball programs, it sounds like.
Let's see if Charles Simpson gets any respect in basketball.
Yes, if they're number 2 in the state, they are.
No, that's the boys.
Oh, the girls.
Yeah, the girls are ranked. You know what? This is the first year I can never remember that they're not even ranked in 5A.
So we hadn't talked about this much. What do y'all think about the USFL starting back in Birmingham, Alabama? All the games and all the teams will be playing at the new Protective Stadium in Birmingham. All the games will be on Fox Sports or NBC. The coach of the new Birmingham Stallions is Skip Holt, the former Louisiana Tech coach. Will y'all watch spring football?
Yeah, if it's a novelty, I might watch a game or two.
Mike, those Birmingham is going to have a ball. Can't you hear them say, "Hey, let's go to a football game every week"? You know,
I mean,
they'll love it.
Every single team is going to be playing in Birmingham.
I know it.
So I mean, they're actually going to be staying at the Sheridan Hotel.
Yeah.
Which is right next to the BJCC Arena. They're
That's
going
right.
to play all their games at Protective Stadium. Some games will even be at Legion Field.
Yeah.
Kind of a crazy situation, but I mean, you got Fox and NBC, carrying all the games. I mean, kind of going to be interesting. Looks like tickets will be as low as $10 a ticket.
But party when they start playing.
Well, how many teams are there going to be? 8?
I think there's going to be like 7 or 8. Yeah, they're all going to be living in Birmingham and playing the games in Birmingham.
So they're all practicing in Birmingham?
Yeah, they're going to be doing all of it. That's going to be good.
The rest of the teams are the Tampa Bay Bandits, Philadelphia Stars, New Orleans Breakers, the Houston Gamblers, the Pittsburgh Maulers, and the Michigan Panthers to go along with the Birmingham Stallions.
Well, why aren't they all called the Birmingham Maulers? I mean, these teams aren't even living in these towns. It's bizarre.
I guess that's the way they're playing it. Oh, and also the New Jersey Generals. That's who Birmingham Stallions will play the New Jersey Generals in the first game on Saturday, April 16th at 6:30 p.m.
Well, I tell you,
this will kick off a 12-week season.
Golly.
Michael, will they have a point spread on these games?
Of course they will.
I'm sure, yeah.
That's probably why they're doing it.
There you go. That's what it's going to be, a gambling thing.
Yeah, you're right. And there is legalized gambling at the horse track, isn't it?
Well, there's not enough people in Birmingham with enough money to, I mean, you're going to have 5,000 people in a lot of these games would be my prediction, if that.
Oh, I don't even know if you'll have that many.
But it's going to be
when the quote Birmingham Stallions play, you might get 20,000.
Mike, they'll have some all you can drink beer for $1.25.
Now, I'm going to tell you
they'll promote it. You
remember the original Birmingham Stallions that had Joe Cribbs as running back and the Cliff Stout as the quarterback. Those were good teams.
Yeah.
And that was when I was in college at Alabama then, and I went to a couple of Birmingham Stallion games in Birmingham and got some of that beer, and it's pretty fun. It was fun.
It's going to be a fun,
good football too,
and it's going to take away from a lot of the other establishments in Birmingham, Mike. This is going to be really good for the new expanded parking and expanded teams, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I mean, you got some well-known coaches, former head coaches, and I mean Kevin Sumlin, the former Texas A&M coach, is going to be the coach of the Houston Gamblers. Mike Riley, everybody knows Mike Riley, former Alabama.
Turned down the Alabama job.
Head coach of the pros, head coach in college. He's going to be the New Jersey Generals coach. I mean, Todd Haley, a former head coach. I mean, there's a lot of guys that you know the names.
Is our quarterback going to make it, Mike, from Troy?
Brandon Silver's
Yeah.
possibility. He might be on one of these.
But is he in this? Is he going to be in this league?
It'll be an opportunity
You
for
would, you would think so. Yeah, you'd think he'd try to get into it.
Yeah, I hope so. But that's interesting talk
Yes,
right
that's
there.
good,
Sure is.
Dallas Cowboys former great Daryl Johnson's the executive vice president. He'll be involved. I mean, there's a lot of big names will be involved.
Maybe Antonio Brown will play.
Hey, I hope they don't lean that far. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good chance though that you'll see some former Troy players, and of course Alabama, Auburn. You'll see a little bit of everybody, I would think.
Yeah. Big game tonight. Pits Arrington at GW Long, two outstanding programs, and Goshen is at Op tonight, and that's tomorrow night. Excuse me, that's tomorrow night. Charles Henderson at Pike County tonight. That's that boys' game starts at 5:30, and it's going to be some good basketball going on tonight. Pike Liberal Arts is on the road at Heritage. Pike Liberal Arts is loaded. I mean, and they shoot the basketball. I don't know how many. I want to say they either had 10 or 12 3-point shots made by the Patriots.
And what class is young Cross, Coach Cross's son?
Yes,
he's a junior, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a junior, and he's a good basketball
He's going to be a big
player.
prospect. He's going to be a real prospect. He already is.
Yeah. South Alabama tonight against Troy in Mobile. South Alabama is a 6.5-point favorite over Troy. Game will start at 7 o'clock.
And boy, that's a rival game
What
too.
do you think about
South
that?
Alabama's 14-5. Troy's 13-6.
Yeah.
What do you think about that point spread?
I'll tell you right now.
I think you got to jump on South Alabama.
Probably do at home. That's you would think that would be the way to go.
But what we said, Troy is. They just don't have consistent 3-point shooters, but they're athletic, they're big, they play hard. If Troy just had some consistent outside shooters, Troy would be something.
Let me tell you this: if this Cross kid
can Coach Cross kid leave early?
No, but I tell you right now, the kid can shoot the three, and if we can keep the other big colleges away from him, we could be in a couple of years be watching Coach Cross's son at Troy.
How tall is he? Is he about?
He's about 6'3" already.
He is?
Yeah, he's grown.
He's 6'3" already.
Yeah, 6'2", 6'3", something like that.
Well, he's got good size.
Yeah.
Can he handle the ball?
Yes, he can handle the ball. He can really handle the ball. He's quick and everything. He's real aggressive and jumps pretty good. Plays good defense.
He's got a great shot, but can he take it to the basket too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He can take. Yeah. He can take it to the basket. He's a good player, but they've got several good players on that Pike Liberal Arts team.
There's a new college head coach. Your favorite quarterback of all time, Dad, is now the head coach of Hawaii. Timmy Chang, the great quarterback from Hawaii, is now their head coach.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I remember him well. He could light it up.
Evidently, they've got some good football over there. That's where most of their players come from, don't they?
Oh, yeah. They have a lot of great.
It seems like anybody could recruit to Hawaii, don't you think?
Well, everybody will take a recruiting trip if they get to Hawaii. I would.
Exactly right. Of course, it's an exciting time of basketball, high school basketball. You will be in the playoffs before you know it, and that's going to be just around the corner.
Have you been to Hawaii?
Charles Henderson is number 2. Who is number 1?
Number 1 in that class is Liam Huntsville, number 1. Then Charles Henderson, 18-5, number 2. Then Winona, 17-7 is 3. Ramsey is 15-9, they're 4. And John Carroll is 5. And number 6 is Pike Road. Carroll High of Ozark is 9.
On our ride around, I wanted to mention something that we saw that you took me to. I went to Butter and Egg Adventures for the first time.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mike drove me through there, Ron Pierce's place, and man, my jaw fell open. It's got a little of everything.
Then they've got a new thing out. I don't know, it might not be so new to people that know, but they've got a battleground where you actually
paintball wars or something?
Yeah, you have wars. You have guns.
Yeah.
You shoot, not real guns, but
I didn't know they had ponds and
Yeah.
paddle boats
Yeah.
and a baseball practice facility.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, they've got a green in the middle. They've got a golf green in the middle of the pond. They use a little island green.
Yeah, they got the what do they call the things that you hook onto and go into?
Swimming pool, zip line.
Zip line, yeah. There's a lot to do. They have a lot to do out there, and they do a good job of running that facility.
Nope, I think we're getting the time up.
Hope you have a good one, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and shiny for Today in LA.